This lesson is about using exponents as shortcuts. We use shortcuts all the time in the English language. The word add, for example, is short for the word advertisement. Bike is a shortcut of bicycle. Email is short for electronic mail. Flu is short for influenza. Gym is short for gymnasium. Movie is short for moving picture. And phone is short for telephone. Even the symbols that we use for our numbers, 1, 2, 3, and so forth, represent a certain amount of quantity, such as the 1 dot, 2 dots, and 3 dots. But did you know that mathematical operations can have shortcuts as well? You probably already know one as repeated addition. Here in this example, we see 8 added to itself 4 times. The shortcut version of 8 added to itself 4 times is 8 times 4. Here's another one, where you have 6 added to itself 3 times. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. But written as a shortcut, we can use multiplication, where 6 times 3 equals 18. But have you ever heard about repeated multiplication? Repeated multiplication is when the same number is multiplied to itself. So here's an example where 3 times 3 equals 9. And there's a shortcut for writing that. And it looks like this. Looks kind of weird, doesn't it? I've got that big 3 and that small 2 sitting on 3's shoulder, and somehow that equals 9. Let's take a look at why that is. See, the 3 is the base. That's the number that's being multiplied to itself. And that little 2 sitting on the shoulder is the exponent. It's the number of times the base is being multiplied by itself. Or in this case, the number of times 3 is used as a factor. Here's another example. I have 5 times 5 times 5, and that equals 125. Using exponents as a shortcut, I have 5 raised to the third power, or 5 to the third power, where 5 is my base and the 3 is the exponent. Again, 5 is the number that's being multiplied by itself to itself, and it's 3 times. So it's 5 times 5 times 5. So what happens if we've got a number that looks like this, where we have 2 raised to the 4th power, or 2 to the 4th power? What is that a shortcut for? In other words, what number am I multiplying by itself a certain number of times? If you said 2 times 4, nope, that is not correct. You don't multiply the base times the exponent to get your answer. What you do is you write down the base, which is 2, and you write it down 4 times, because that's what the exponent tells me. It tells me there are 4 of them. And then I put multiplication signs in between. So 2 to the 4th power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And when I multiply all of that out, it equals 16. So 2 to the 4th power equals 16. Here's another example. This is 3 to the 2nd power. And 3 to the 2nd power means that 3 is used as a factor twice. 3 times 3. And that equals 9. Here's a picture of it. That picture on the bottom right shows a 3 by 3 square. 3 squares on the bottom, going 3 squares up. And another way of saying 3 to the 2nd power, because when I make a picture of it, it makes a square, is 3 squared. So 3 to the 2nd power, which is 3 times 3, can also be said 3 squared. Here's another special exponent, 4 raised to the third power, or 4 to the third power. Again, that's a shortcut for 4 times 4 times 4. And multiply that out as equals 64. And here's a picture of it on the bottom right. I can see a cube down there whose dimensions are 4 by 4 by 4. It's 4 units in length, 4 units in width, and 4 units in height. And when I have an object that has 3 dimensions, such as this one, it forms a cube. So another way of saying 4 to the third power would be 4 cubed, because there are 3 dimensions, and those 3 dimensions can give us a cube. That concludes our lesson on using exponents as shortcuts.